enlighten us with your guidance.
Thank you.
Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before I start presenting, I would like all of you to please sit back, relax, and enjoy the lecture. And please don't present because it is going to divert me from my attention. So I want all of you to have good experience of the lecture today. So please don't present. And I'm now sharing my screen so that we can start the lecture on time and we can enjoy a glimpse of information that I have stored for you in the next coming 1 hour. And you will all enjoy the lecture today. Madam, can you see my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Thank you so much. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Anand Nayyar, and I'm working as professor and computer scientist in Graduate School, Dutan University. I would like to thank the management of this institute to give me an opportunity to enlighten you on the advanced concepts of IoT as well as how we can use IoT in real-time critical solutions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in these 2 sessions, I will be talking about, one will be drones, and the second session I have taken you for communication technology, that how we can have discussion on advanced communication systems. So what it is, I will be discussing in the session number 2, but in this session, we will have a deep dive in the world of drones and how IoT is enabling the future empowered drones. Everyone, you will all agree with me that about 10 years back, if we talk that drones will have a huge impact on our life, military, industry, entertainment sections, they will be using drones and they will be depending on drones for mission critical applications. You will all say, or you can all laugh at me, that drones are just like children toys and they have not any major scope. But nowadays, everybody, you will all agree, and you can see the word around you, that drones are not only involved in mission critical applications, but drones are actually solving real-time complex problems in a very easy manner. Considering agriculture monitoring, industrial monitoring, considering, you can say, advanced infrastructure enhancement, the security of our borders by military, and of course, lots of other applications, apart from being just a simple toy of children. Now, today's lecture, I will be focusing towards one important technology that is known as Internet of Drone Things. And I am happy to announce you that you can see this term called Internet of Drone Things. I am actually the inventor of this terminology. I actually invented this term, that is IODT. So the world's first paper on IODT, if you search on Google, belongs to me. And what I have done, my contribution in drones, I will be discussing. So let's dive into the lecture. First of all, let me introduce myself in depth. You can see this photograph of my conference of IOT of this year, and we have organized this conference with ACM. And here you can see, because I'm also running my own lab of IoT, this is the smart owl that we have designed, and even we are doing lots of advanced work on IoT communication systems, which I will be telling you in the next lecture. So this owl is a very smart owl, and it can connect to your all smart homes, appliances, whether it is your television, your kitchen, and even it can monitor the temperature, and even it can control your even voice-based assistant communication systems. The most advanced owl with less than $75. Here is the lecture that I've done last year on Dev Day Da Nang, the one of the most prestigious event for IoT in Vietnam. And here you can see, considering my achievements and contributions towards research and scientific community, I am the first professor in 27 years of history of my university that I have been awarded as Best Scientist, Researcher, and Academician Award last year. So here is the brief glimpse of my biodata. You can see I'm working as professor and scientist. I'm a PhD in computer science in communication systems, swarm intelligence, and simulation with 17 plus years of teaching experience. I'm specialized in almost everything on this word. You can see WSN, managed swarm intelligence, intelligent computing, big data, drones, everything. I have published 425 papers, and out of which 121 are SCA papers, with 50 plus articles on open source, 25 books, and right now you can see my citations are touching around 3,000. And I'm even acting as ACM Distinguished Speaker, and even I'm acting as Editor-in-Chief for International Journal of Smart Vehicles and Smart Transportation, which I'm expecting to get into Scoopers by the end of this year. I'm certified drone pilot with 11 Australian patents, 4 Indian patents, as well as 1 US patent. My 1 US patent is also connected to the world of drones and IoT communication channel. And considering my teaching and research, I've been awarded 29 awards for that. So regarding the drones and everything, I will be happy to announce you that I'm also a drone pilot, and you can see some of the photographs. Even in Vietnam, we have our own RC flying club, and I am acting as one of the right in command for that club. And these are my aircrafts that we have that we are flying. These are all Gen 3 that we are automatically updated to advanced engine, and we are using somewhat, you can say, level 2 autonomous capabilities to fly these planes. And this is one of the best aircraft that you can see on the screen right now. This is actually designed by me, and this is the aircraft that we are actually improving with more advanced sensors. And considering the drones, everybody, I'm using DJI Mavic 2 Pro as well as DJI Mavic Air 2, which are right now the #1 and #2 drones in the market. So these are 2 of my drones that I use right now, and I am making lots of footages on YouTube and even on my Instagram. I will be telling you at the end. You can even follow my drone photography. And this is the latest drone project that we have done, because today's drones are not only connected to only your, that is called your remote controls and other things. We are now assembling the drones. And now my next project will be on FPV, because we all know that DJI has even launched FPV drone, and even Sony and Facebook are also in the race to make their own FPV drones. So the next thing that I'm working is with augmented reality, that how we can use Google Daydream or maybe Facebook Oculus Rift, and how we can control the drone with our own SDKs and other things. So my research on drone is to design my own models, my own infrastructure, and how we can bridge the drones with better and better sensors with advanced monitoring capabilities. So considering my contributions to drone, you can see the world's first paper, that is Internet of Drone Things, that is Future and Vision of Drones. And now we have submitted the advanced paper in 7.8 impact factor in transactions. The second paper, which is highly cited paper in the world, that is Agriculture Drones, a Modern Breakthrough in Precision Agriculture, which is cited more than 133 times. Bold inspired optimized leader election for multiple drones, one of the strongest paper in MDPA sensors. And here is the latest paper that we have done in computer communication, one of the best journals in Elsevier, Smart Traffic Monitoring System using UAV. And the biggest chapter ever written on UAVs is from my side, Emerging Use of UAVs, Secure Communication Protocol Issues and Challenges. And this is what we are really proud of, everybody, that one of the best, strongest paper in the world with the most advanced journal, that is Vehicular Communications regular issue. Our paper is already there in novel software-defined drone network-based collision avoiding strategies for on-road traffic monitoring. And considering COVID, we have done this chapter recently, drone-based social distancing, sanitization, inspection, monitoring, and control room for COVID-19. And everybody, I'm very proud to announce you that about 15-20 days back, the first book on the world, I'm saying you the first book in the planet, that is Internet of Drones. You can see development of and future of Internet of Drones, insights, trends, and road ahead. You can find it on Springer. And if you need a copy, I can share the copy at the end of this lecture to the convener, and you can all get this copy free of cost. Now the agenda for today. Now let's talk of the main thing. So you can all understand that how I'm contributing to drones and what is my research toward drones. But today, everybody, I'm going to take you to the next level of drones. You will all become a drone researcher after about 45 minutes. You will see that this word is exciting. Every day there is something new. Every day we have the most mission critical applications. And after that, I will be also guiding you that if you want to make your own drone lab, if you want to do research on drones, what are the cheapest options and what are the best options that are available for you. So the agenda will be historical coverage to drones. After that, we will have the comprehensive coverage, and then I will be coming towards the most important, fascinating concept for you, that is Internet of Drone Things. What exactly I have invented and what exactly we are doing with the more advanced concept. So even I'm extending this version to, that is Internet of Everything Drone Things, which is more advanced for that. Now let us understand history and origin of flights and seeds of drones, where we actually started in drones. So see this, everybody. This is one of the rarest photos that you will see in your career. The first photo, that is Austrian balloon bombs of 1849. So you will all agree with me that the concept of drones was actually started at the wartime. It was not for entertainment and other enthusiasm. It was only for the military or even for monitoring purposes. And the first drone you can see that was actually there in World War I, which is known as Kittenberg. This is the unmanned aerial torpedo developed after World War I, and even it was actually used in World War II also. So World War I was a game changer. The most important thing was that the people were thinking that rather than to have a pilot on the aircraft, why not we can have that aircraft that is actually carrying the bombs, and it goes up and drop the bombs and will be destroyed. So the only thing is to make the game changer. World War I has taken a huge contribution. Widespread adoption of drones technology, or you can say unmanned aerial vehicle. We have the huge technological advancements, and after that we have the clear capabilities that the future, the most important future for any military will be about the flying force. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, no doubt we are working towards Rafale. We have the stealth technology today, but military should seriously understand that the future of monitoring and even the ground intelligence for enemy areas can be only possible using drones. And even you have seen the latest movie, Uri, and you can see that with that Garo drone, how our soldiers were able to do the compact of the missions at the enemy surface, and we were all alive for that. So the first powered flights was done by Alverite and Bilverite, and even you will be happy to know that many people say that it was an aircraft, but I say that it was a drone, because in the first flight there was no pilot. Almost all the controls were autonomous. So in 1903, the flight was only 12 seconds and it was about of 120 feet, but the issues were performance and control. But from the last 120 years, the performance and control has been improvised 10,000% better. You will all agree with me that today's drones are having better propeller and hovering capability as compared to the first modern and even World War I aircrafts. So the first unmanned aircraft, you can see, that was Havilland-Sperry aerial torpedo and Kittenberg. And I will be also telling you that country that was actually being the most important contributor in the world for first unmanned aircrafts. Now, there is a question for all of you that which country was the first to use the aircraft? Many people will say maybe it is Russia, maybe it is France, or maybe USA, but it is not. You will all be stunned to see the answer. The answer is Italy. Italy was the first country to actually use the aircrafts, and after that German, then French, then we all know about Spain, Sweden, USA, China. Everybody joined the race. But Italy was the first country that actually made long profound research that even we utilize today. The first horsepower engine, or you can say the horsepower word, was actually coined by Italy, that is used to power the engines of aircrafts even of today. So technological evolution, you can see that there was a time when only one pilot was there, the performance and issue control was there. But today technology has evoluted to lots of advanced things. We all know Boeing, we all know Dassault Aviation. They are doing wonderfully well in the world of aircrafts as well as drone technology. So the defects of aviation, you can see that in the pre-aviation days, we only have the EDI's surveillance guide. And even it was a drone, which was even doing surveillance. In 1910s and 1920s, the game changed when we have the World War I, and World War II was just, World War II was a year, again, you can say some years after, but World War I just ended. You can see Tesla described unmanned aerial combat vehicles, Sperial aerial torpedo, and of course by the British Navy, that is Ray Larix, which is even one of the best aircrafts even that you can say that laid the foundation for autonomous technology in the world. So in 1930s and 1940s, you can say that the Germany became the first country in the world that actually invented rockets and even the missile technology with V1 and V2. And that was a technology that was actually being used in World War II. In 1950s and 60s, we got the drones that was primarily made for targeting the air and ground-to-air missiles. And of course, we have the anti-radar paints also that laid the foundation for stealth technology today. But now, stealth technology, ladies and gentlemen, will be soon be integrated into drones technology. And that is what I would like to help you all, that today's army, that is the Indian Army, they have recently adopted swarm drone technology, but still it is a start point. We have a way to go beyond. In 1970s and 1980s, when we have the Firebee 1241, which was one of the best aircrafts in the world, which was done by Israel. And today, if you talk of the most advanced country that is investing millions and billions in their design and technology evolution, is Israel, which is actually working towards drones technology. 1990s to present, you can see that today's most important drone is with USA, that is Predator. Till date, it is number one, but still Israel is not opening many things. But still we know that lots of other countries like Germany, Japan, Korea, Australia, they are also doing wonderfully well in their drone contributions. So today's manned aircrafts and the aviation is having improvements in towards performance, control, efficiency, and of course, comfort. We all know Emirates, we all know Singapore Airlines, and if you want to have the first class aircraft ticket, we all know what the luxury benefits you have. So imagine where we started and where we are today. So today's groundbreaking systems, and of course, why not? Even it's a flying object, why not? We can say, you can see one of the drones that is with DJI that started, but now I will be also telling you some companies at the end, that various companies, maybe in 2-3 years, everybody, you just have to buy the drone and you just have to fly that drone with your hand gestures and let the drone do the entire work. With the advanced AI and computer vision techniques, everybody, drones will be, you can say, a symbol of AI that is actually taking decisions for you. You can just talk with them, you can do hand gestures, and of course, with VR and AR and mixed reality, drones technology is going to face a huge lift that you can say in not even 10 years, that we will see in next 3 years. So the drones technology is not only limited to quadcopters, just with motors and wings. We all know that today we have the RC planes, which we are researching these days today. And today, of course, RC planes are one of the most common planes that we use for monitoring and even for industrial applications. And these are the drones today, everybody. And you can see Predator drone, the Nano Hummingbird. We all know Yuri movie, that is Garo drone, which are now symbolizing the, you can say, eagle and even vultures, which are equally having the same capability like the drones, like the real-time nature has. So Puma A, which is one of the best drones that is being deployed by US military in Alaska. Then we have DIYs, Honeywell T-Hawk. Again, you can say it's a jet package in Dubai. You can just put that package, you can just put that jet pack and you can fly like anything. And of course, Solar Eagle. So now we will have the comprehensive coverage towards drones. What exactly is a drone? I think so no need to tell you, no need to have the definitions, but I will be coming towards more technical front of drones today. So when we talk of drones, we talk of confusion. There is a confusion that whether we can say it's an unmanned aerial system or unmanned vehicular system. We can say it anything. Drones right now are known as unmanned aerial systems also. You can even say pilotless vehicle also. It has lots of names. You can do anything. But the only thing is what kind of drone and what kind of application you are working, that depends. Suppose if I want to buy a DJI Mavic 2 and I just want to go out and do some photography of mountains and the beach, that is just, you can say, entertainment. If I'm into industry, I want to do some industrial application. If I'm doing some documentary, that another depends. So depending on what type of applications you have the different kind of drone. And even you can make your own drone with DIY if you have the money. The cost of making the drone as compared to branded one is only 1/4. But the only thing is you must have some knowledge of circuit design and electronics. So global drone market, you will all agree with me that there are two types of market in the world. One is civilian and one is defense. But the defense market is going to increase by more than 250% in next 5 years. And that's the reason, everybody, that today if you are researching into drone, you are proposing something with AI or computer vision, You are actually making them better with hovering capability. You are actually having like the improvement in target detection, target object collision or other things. They all welcome your research. And you can see right now, the most popular area in the world is agriculture. Agriculture drones are one of the most hottest area for implementation. Then it comes to energy, government, media and entertainment, and of course others. But see this graph, everybody, and you can see that in 2021, the drone market is actually going to touch more than 10 million US dollars. And in 2024, it can even touch more than 18 or 22, but that's just the estimate. But I believe that it can be even double also. So what is a drone? According to US Department of Defense, that is known as DAA. We say that it is called a powered and aerial vehicle with no human being on board. Of course, we are using remote control to control everything. It can even fly autonomously. Today, if you talk of some of the drones, they can even follow you. They can even take your photography. You just have to give them a basic command with just your mobile app or on the, you can say your remote control, they will follow you. So today's drones, if you buy any model from the primary model to the advanced model, they have some autonomous capability with power of AI and cloud computing. So it can be expanded, it can be recovered, and of course, they can carry a lethal and even a non-lethal payloads. So you can either connect to some sensors, you can either connect a camera, or you can even connect your bombs or even missiles also. So depending what is the application, drones can be equipped with anything today. So drone can be an unmanned aircraft system, remotely controlled, and even the FAA, which is actually known as the Federal Authority for Aviation, they actually give the guidelines. And I'm a certified drone pilot. I have 2 drones, and all these drones are registered with Vietnam government and even with FAA. So if you are planning to buy a drone which is above 249 grams, above 249 grams, you have to register them. You have to become certified drone pilot, and then you can operate. Otherwise, it will be a problem for you. So anything you can say that people who controls the drone, they are known as pilots. So you can argue on anything with me that whether it's an unmanned aircraft system, aerial system, vehicular system, anything, but you can even call them as a small part called drones. So the technical parameters, the most important technical parameter that people sometimes don't understand. But today I'm going to open you very important knowledge. So if you're talking of a drone, we should understand some technical parameters. So let's understand about the signals. Because of course, let me tell you, if you are having a drone like DJI Mavic 2, like I'm using, I'm having a remote control. Even I can fly with my smartphone. I'm using iPhone 12 Pro Max. I can even use that. So what is the frequency band? Like if you talk of a wireless communication standard, if you put a Wi-Fi at your home, you have 2 types of bands, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. But we all know in 2.4, you can extend the range, but the speed will be low. But if you have a limited area, I recommend you to go with 5 gigahertz. But of course, the range will be less, but the communication speed will be very high. But of course, let me tell you, if you're talking of IoT in smart homes, be very careful because most of the IoT devices work on 2.4 rather than 5 megahertz. So in terms of drones, everybody, you can see that we started from 27 megahertz and today's drones, mostly they work on 2.4. But if you talk of FPV today, the more advanced drones and the heavy drones, which are above 249 grams, like if you talk of Skydio, you talk of Otel, I will be showing you, they operate on 5.8 gigahertz. So there was a time when 2.4 gigahertz was the supreme king, but now considering the payload that they have, the advanced features they have, so 5.8 gigahertz is one of the best models. So downlink data, you can say that they have the same command and control signal. And of course, with the downlink video, it is coming up to now 2.4 to 5.8 gigahertz. If you don't have proper 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz channel, there will be latency in the video. And maybe you can even lose your drone. So latency, there should be nothing. It should be 100% packet delivery ratio with 100% throughput. And that can be only possible with advanced modulation standard that you can see that we use in drones is FHSS and DSSS. So mostly we use that, but but before that we use Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but no. But in the future, I will be telling you everybody, when I will be going towards session 2, I don't see FHSS and even DSSS, we will see LoRa communication. Maybe in the future, we can fly our drone up to a range of 57 kilometers. Of course, why not? I will be telling you in the next session. So the technical parameter, and if you're buying any drone today, if you're buying a DJI drone or Skydio or Parrot drone, the most important thing is GPS. And of course, everybody, the frequency ranges from 1575 to 1176. Nobody will tell you, but this is important. And if you really want to fly the drone, the most important thing is to align the compass and then to align the GPS. If your compass and GPS are not aligned, the less satellites will be there. And of course, return to home functions and other things will be not working correctly. And GPS is from USA, but we don't use a GPS because it's a drone. It is not a vehicle. And of course, we have the GLONASS, and this is BIDU. So depending on that, but we use the GPS technology. And this is the test of the flight distance that I have done with some of the researchers. And you can see that the DJI Mavic Air 2, because I'm using Air 2, we use the frequency band of 2.4 gigahertz. That is FHSS and DSSS. DJI drones, you can see that they work mostly on that. But today, Spark, P3, they are all outdated. But today, we only have this modulation type. But what I expect in near future, that we will integrate advanced IoT communication standards, which I will be discussing later, that will be non-3GPP, LoRa, or maybe Sigfox. So radio control, you can say that we have the widespread adoption of more than 80% and range of 1 to 3 kilometers. But mostly we use Wi-Fi for the downlink. But of course, we have to improve that. And if you're talking of radio control, we have the range from 100 meters to 1 kilometer. That's why we don't use the outdated technology of FPV. Now, FPV technology has come towards FHSS or DSSS. So why we fly drones? We do aerial photography, digital archaeology, environmental analysis, gas mapping, coastal surveys, film and media, drone racing. I will be showing you that. But you will all agree with me that when we have the flood in Kedarnath, we all know that what happened in Kedarnath, what massacre of avalanche happened. And then the students from, I don't remember the university name, maybe they were the students of IIT, they have gone there and they have flight the drone, and then they were able to pinpoint the location for the military, that there was the people that are standing there crying for the help, and the helicopters were able to pick that. And after that, the military was able to understand that the drones flying is actually there for most of the environmental monitoring. That's why Indian Army today is most serious towards drones. So where did the drone come from? The word come from, you can see that it has come from this one. This is the aircraft, everybody, that laid the foundation for the drone. But I will not go towards theory, but just simple thing for you. The Gypsy Moth and Queen Bee. So TDD-1. This is one of the most important things that you must understand, that this was the target drone DENNY 1, which was contract signed with the Navy of USA, and the first instance of drone being associated as a remote piloted vehicle. When this aircraft was actually piloted by the remote, but at that time, you will all agree with me that the connectivity disturbances, the attenuation, that was not well much researched about. So what are the other names of drones? You can see that we have quadcopter, multicopter, hexicopter, but I will not want to stop here. Today's drones can even carry flying people, flying taxis. It is COVID, we know, but if this COVID has not happened, maybe the flying taxis or the flying vehicles would have come 2 years back. And even you can go with the octoquarter and hexarotor. So depending on the number of blades and the rotor wings, the drones keep on increasing their size. I will be showing you more important drones in coming some slides. So what are the other names of drones? You can see UAV, unmanned aircraft vehicle, unmanned aerial system. Internationally, it is also known as remotely piloted aircraft system, and UAS, or you can say unmanned aircraft system, would be the best name that you can take it. So let's classify the drones. So I have already told you, everybody, that it is drone. It is a sensitive flying object. It doesn't mean that you can fly anywhere. You have to check with local authorities, because in Vietnam, we have to follow the local authorities. I have to take the permission. I have some restrictions, and even have taken the lessons to fly the drone. But my RC plane, we have our own squadron that is about 24 kilometers away from Da Nang. We go on every Sunday and then we fly. So we have to take the permissions. We have to follow the laws, FAA laws. And I'm again repeating, if you are having a basic drone up to 249 grams, like DJI Air 2 or Mavic Pro, they are up to 249, no need for any lessons. But you have to register the drones with the authorities. But above that, you have to follow regulations. So beware for that. Otherwise, your drone can be, you can say, can be, the government can even do the seizure, and even you can face some problems with a high fine. So classification of drones, let us talk with the weight. Let's start with the toys. You can say the small unmanned aircraft system, which is less than 55 lbs, and micro is less than 4.4 lbs. That was the small drones, and these drones are now used these days for international spying. And model aircrafts that you can see that racing drones can be classified by size also. And this is the one that I would like to show you. If you are a beginner pilot, I would like to request you that you can start with mini multi-rotor class, which is 250 class. But if you are talking of very basic helicopters, like children helicopters, they are 180 class. So depending on the rotor, I do more than 500 class because I'm using advanced things I will be showing you. So depending on millimeters and well as a class, it depends that whether you have to register or not. But today's FPVs are very, very important. So how long the drones can fly? This is one of the most important serious area. That is if you talk of me that, sir, what is the most important issue with drones? I will not say sensors. I will not say their technology. I will say battery. Battery is the biggest problem. If you talk of drones battery, and if any company even claims that, even the DJI claims, I've even given them the proofs also about 4 months back when DJI Air 2 has come to me. I'm a collaborator with DJI. They have sent me DJI Air 2 and even Mavic. But when I've done the classification, I've done some basic settings. I've increased the GPS. I've improved their speed and everything. I was not able to get more than 18 minutes of the flight time. But DJI claims that it would be 35 minutes. Half of that speed, you can say the time was coming. So this is one of the major problem that you face in drones in terms of their flight capacity. So what do you need to know about drones? And let us talk of the anatomy today. Now, understand everybody, what I'm going to show you, it is very important for you. So if you are a drone lover and you want to improve more towards drones, you want to have a project of drones like on BTech level or MTech level, you must understand the components. I will be giving you the explanation of every component so that you should understand what components make the drones fly. But the most important component is the human brain, your understanding, as well as the quality of components. Let me tell you everybody that a simple component can even be available for 150 to 200 rupees. But that same component, depending on the quality, can even cost more than $40. Depends on that. But I will be showing you some reliable websites at the end through which you can buy your drone parts. Okay, that's the biggest question. So I will be telling you that answer also. So everybody, let us talk of the drone anatomy. So the most important thing is your flight controller. Now that is a controller that takes the inputs from sensors. It is actually controlling your speed, your cameras, everything. It is actually known as the brain of the drone. You can fly the drone, you want to connect with your camera, you want to go left, right, everything, the control of the drone or the operation of drone is done with flight controller. Now the second thing, which is known as a GPS module. Because we all know if you want to go for return to home, you want to go for like autonomous flight, everything, you need the GPS satellite. So GPS sensor is one of the most important sensor. Then everybody, the most important technology that we use today, there was a time when we have, that is the pushers and pullers, but today we have only pusher props. That is actually converting for flight lift and other thing. And these are the most important battery hoggers. So you must understand that these motors should be the best one, which are actually energy efficient. Electronic speed controller, which is actually giving you what is the speed of the drone, at what kilometer per hour the drone is flying. Standard props, which are actually putting up for hovering. Motors, that is actually the brush type. So I will be telling you the brush type. So we use the brushless motor. So then we have the booms, that is actually maneuvering, where the drone will fly left, right, up and down, or it can even hover. Like you can even just take uplift and the drone starts hovering. It is even with the boom pushers. Main bodies, radio receiver, which is actually receiving the signal from your, that is called your remote control or the signal from your smartphone. And battery, this is one of the major issue. Today, even we use lithium polymer, but I expect that maybe in the near future, we have fuel cells. Of course, we have the electric cars today. We have changed the transportation technology also. Why not drones? Today, we are dead tired of lithium polymer batteries, cameras, and of course, the landing gears. So this is the actual anatomy of a drone, everybody, which is actually being used if you are actually want to make your own drone. Motors, whether it is brushed or brushless, depends. Antenna, controller, gimbal, landing gear, and of course some sensors. These are actually required. So the most important thing is your props and this motor. So these things are actually consuming most of your battery. Believe me, everybody, many people say that camera can consume the battery because today's drones are 4K, 2K, or 8K also, but not. The props and the motors, they consume most of your battery. And this is what I would like to show you, everybody. This is the next project that I'm doing. It is actually making my own FPV drone. And you can see these are the motors. We are using brushless. And these are the ESCs. What is ESCs? I will be showing you after some time. This is the PDP, the frames assembly, the video, transmitter, radio receiver, antenna, and propellers. So even if you work on electronics, you will be stunned to note that antenna design is one of the most important research in drones, that how you can improve the signal strength. And this is what you can say that it is making the today's drone. And these are the ore components that I have used in my drone that you have seen at the start of my presentation. And this is the quadcopter anatomy, everybody, that if you talk of the biggest drones where you are having high-end cameras, where you can even put your GoPro and even your Canon 80D or high cameras, you need to have these things. So brushless motor is one of the best motors. So now let us talk of anatomy, everybody. We talk of props. So there are two types of props. One is known as pusher and one is known as puller. So pusher, if suppose you want to go for left direction, right direction. So if you want to change the direction, everybody, that is pusher. But the puller drones, like if you want to go up and you want to go down. So pusher and puller, they actually maintain what will be the movement of the drone in the air, where the drone has to go up, down, left, right, or it has to come to you. Motors. So I've already told you that there are two types of motors. Brushed motor, which is actually low quality, but we don't use that. But brushless motor, they are high quality, but you have to understand its, you can say its circuitry, everything. If you even want to make your own FPV, it is complex. So this is the electronic speed controller, which will give you the speed of the drone. And of course, this is the flight controller. So if you want to go for autopilot, like, okay, sir, return to home. Okay, sir, these are the map areas. Please go on mapping automatically, follow you. So this is done by the flight controller. So it is like an autopilot system, like we have in our fighter planes and even with the commercial aircrafts. So this is the airframe, which is actually taking all your electronics, motors, everything. You can say like the chassis, where everything sits on over. And this is the battery pack. I'm not convinced with the lithium polymer. This is the area that is actually being required, that what is the future of drones with better batteries. So that's why I'm praying to God that fuels, like we have the electronic vehicles, we have the flying vehicles. Soon we can expect that fuel cell technology should come. Then we can improve the battery cycle as well as the flight mode cycle in drones. Otherwise, this battery takes about 45 minutes to charge and it only gives me 18 minutes. So it's a real shame today that I'm talking of 2021 and I'm spending $1,300 on a drone, but still I have to land the drone after almost about 18 minutes. So this is the camera gimbal. And if you talk of today's drones ready to fly, they have 2K, 4K. But if you talk of your own assembly, you can even add your GoPro. And even today, Insta362 is also being collaborated with that. And these are the landing struts. Many people use, but we recommend that you must use if you're a beginner flyer. And this is the front indicator LEDs. And this is the first person view video camera, where you can put your, like you can see on the DJI drone, you have to put your smartphone and the smartphone will show you the camera. And that is where the feedback of the video feedback, you can click your photos, you can capture the video, everything will be there. And this is the receiver, which is actually put on the drone, and this is actually receiving the signal. It's a one-way assembly, like a simplex communication. The antenna is only in the receiving mode, and the flight controller or the smartphone that we are using, it is the transmitter. So over there we have the receiver, and for us we are the transmitter. That is the TX. Over there it is RX. So now let us talk of the quick review. If you want to make your own drone, you can see that the cost of drone can be about this much, but I'm saying maybe the people can put question on me that, sir, it is very cheap now, it is expensive now. Yes, I agree with you. The prices are highly dynamic, highly scalable. Some things come up and come down, but this is the average price that I'm taking you. Excuse me if I'm wrong. So batteries that you can say, if you want of the best batteries, which I've already shown you, is a lithium polymer $150 battery, the best one. which means that I don't say that the flight the time will be increased to 40 minutes or 1 hour, but if you buy the battery of about $225 or even better than that, the flight time can be about increase up to maximum 3 to 4 minutes. Don't expect a big rise in the flight time. Motors, very important. The flight controller, that is the remote control. So I suggest that you can buy from I will be showing you that one that I'm using. And this is the camera gimbal where you can put your own camera. So you can buy a simple Chinese camera for about 1,000 rupees and you can put over there and you can capture all your photos and videos with that. So inner electronics, everybody, this is the microcontroller, and you can see the number one company, the word is Pixhawk. So this is actually taking all your sensors, everything, the radio control, the antennas, everything. This is the flight brain. This is the brain of the drone. And this is the inertial measurement unit where it incorporates the accelerometer, the gyroscope, and even the compass. So if you talk of like degrees, what degree it is going, what is the GPS map, everything is done with this inertial measurement unit. And this is the GPS sensor, which is actually communicating with the satellites. And after that, it is actually giving you return to home parameter and other things. And this is the thing that I use, everybody. This is the Iris. This is my own that I use because I fly RC planes, I fly DJI drones, I fly 1 or 2 more aircraft. So this Iris transceiver has given me best value. And if you talk of the price of this thing, this is costing me as per Indian currency 18,700 rupees. So it is a very expensive hobby. It is not a cheap hobby. And this is the pilot in command and of course the ground control station. And this is what we want to upgrade. We have already applied the permission with Vietnam government, but we are expecting to get the permission okay by the end of this year. If we are getting it, we can even control our own drones like we are controlling like the military plane. So this is the US operation. When we have the drones, they are having the direct link, the uplinks with the satellites and the downlinks with the user, and they have to communicate with the ATCs and the ground control station to report everything. So these are the professional drones like Predator, and that is what the Indian Army is also using like with the swarm technology, but we have to improve and channelize that. So common features, operations that you can use is known as autonomous without human capability, altitude hold function that you can see in DJI today. If you just start the drone, they just come about 6 feet and after that they keep on hovering. So return to home function, my favorite. And this is what I love about DJI Air 2, that you can map. If you have the GPS map, you can point the areas and you just sit back and relax. The drone will go there, take the photos, take the pictures and take the video. You can make the video at your phone and it will automatically follow the flight path. This is what we can say is the future with power of artificial intelligence and computer vision. Okay. So this is the geofence, which can be used in the cricket matches as well as in the future Olympic stadiums, that how we can do the monitoring. And of course, the flyaway protection, which it can avoid the obstacles like trees, walls. Before that, with the DJI Inspire or Spark, it was not very good. But today's DJI Air 2 and Mavic Pro, they are very advanced. But I will be telling you one drone which is even more advanced for that. And this is the intelligent orientation, everybody. So you have these sticks when you can improve the speed, like on the left-hand side, and this right-hand side stick you can put for up, down, left, and right. And this is the visual tracking. With the power of computer vision and AI, you are able to pitch the movement and you can follow the track. And this is the fail-safe. Like suppose if you lost the GPS signal, you lost the control, the drone will automatically land down. And this is what I would like to tell you, everybody, that this is the optical flow. And you can see that with the power of artificial intelligence, how we can power that. This is the video that has been captured by my one friend in USA. He is actually doing research on drones. And he has sent me this video that how his AI and computer vision with the power of Python and TensorFlow, he has added the computer vision into the drone camera. And this camera has become the AI camera with TensorFlow. And we are improving with the object recognition as well as detection. Now, everybody, I would like to tell you one important thing and one important video, the future and the most important hobby that we are going to start by the end of this year in Vietnam. So that is known as drone racing. So sit back and enjoy this video. The drone field. So these are the controlled aircraft, but in the near future, we have the FPV. So everybody, this is the future, but we want to see that in the near future that these drones will not be controlled with your that is called your with your antenna-based remote controls, but we want to see augmented reality, and even the augmented reality as well as the Oculus Rift is actually being deployed with the FPVs. So the future of drone racing is not these antenna-based drones. We are expecting the FPVs. Now, everybody, I would like to tell you the most important vision of the future, or you can say not the future, but today that is actually happening, and see what the flying vehicles will look like that. So I'm talking of not the flying vehicles, I'm talking of the flying drones that can act as the future car for all of you. Enjoy this, everybody. This is your future motor vehicle. And they will have the autonomous capabilities also. So with this, everybody, you can understand that the future of drones is actually very bright. And you can see that as the drones are not only the toys, but in the near future, it will be acting as a way of your transportation. And even these are the other points that you can see, that is line of sight and beyond line of sight, where angle of elevations and the trigonometry will be playing a crucial role for the computer vision and advanced camera capabilities. Okay. And okay. So these are the key terms that I would like to offer you. Most important, that is the flight restrictions. So FFA can even shut down the airspace, so you cannot be requested, and even the last stadium events, president arriving in the city, and so on. So you have to follow the regulations very carefully. And one more thing, everybody, if anybody asks me that, sir, in India the drones are very expensive, where I should go and buy the drone, I would like to answer this question also. So you can go to Dubai, you can buy the drone from there, because the drones are about 40% cheaper in Dubai, but don't bring your, you can say, your boxes. You just take that drone, put it into your bag like a simple camera bag, and you can come and you can remove yourself from the customs. So that is important for you to understand. Now, everybody, I would like to tell the most important aspect, or you can say the last aspect of my lecture today. That will be Internet of Drone Things. And I'm happy to announce you that the word of Internet of Drone Things is actually coined by me. I'm the inventor of this terminology. You can search this word on Google. I will be showing you. You can see my first research paper in the word. It has been cited about 30 times. So what is the value for Internet of Drone Things? So believe me, everybody, we believe that in the near future, drone technology cannot be autonomous technology. You have to integrate tons of technologies with that, like AI, fog computing, intelligent data centers, and of course, I'm saying you, maybe blockchain. So what we believe, that why not we combine these technologies and we make a technological standard through which drones can operate in those areas which are actually very, very critical. I'm talking of slides area. I'm talking of snowfall. I'm talking of when we have some real-time nature disasters. So that time, everybody, the IODT will be a real blessing. So what is actually meant by Internet of Things? I think you are all enjoying Internet of Things. So you can say, as per the Gartner hype cycle for emerging technologies, you can say that drones have started from 2017 and still the drones are at number one. So it is a technology that is actually incorporating everything in its womb, and it is improving like anything. So the most important technology in the future will be like AI as a platform as a service. And of course, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that even drone is a platform that you can provide it as a service, but with artificial intelligence as integration. So that's the answer, everybody, that if you talk of the most advanced research area that is actually going to influence the real time, that will be AI PaaS. So now let us enjoy Internet of Drone Things now. And let me tell you, I am integrating Internet of Drone Things now with the next version in which we have the swarm technology, which means the drones collaborate and cooperate with each other, like we have ant colony optimization and particle swarm, like we have seen the pigeons flying and how they collaborate and cooperate with each other in order to make some patterns. And that's how we can make IODT, which is actually optimized pattern in the real time. So as you can see that as per Gartner, 3 million drones has been sold in 2017. It is the year when actually drone technology has improved, and now it is touching about 11.2 billion US dollars by 2020. And imagine by the end of 2021, you can expect this market can even touch $20 billion. So why not? We make this drone technology with a fusion of cloud computing, fog computing, sensors, big data, and above all, IoT with advanced computer vision, and we can make a new terminology called Internet of Drone Things. Believe me, everybody, with IODT technology, when I have designed this conceptual technology, nothing stands impossible. This technology loves mission critical as well as complex areas for monitoring. I have designed this technology not only for simple things, but for complex things. So technologies that is shaping IODT, you can say the number one will be cloud computing. Why not? Because today, let me tell you, rather than to have the footage onto the drones on board or even your smartphone, why not we take the footage and everything is on the cloud? So that will be, which means two main approaches will be there, the cloud-based IoT and IoT-centric cloud. So I'm talking of that cloud that can actually take the data real time from the drone, which is autonomous, and all the footage is coming towards cloud, which means no need for human interference. Everything from the machine to the remote cloud data centers. So that is what we can say, that even in these areas where the low communication lines are there, the drones have their own signals and they're connected to the remote data centers, and they are able to provide that, which means there will be no latency, no heavy traffic loads, less hop count, and of course, high packet delivery ratio, which is not possible in drones today. IODT is taking that technology to 100% efficiency. And of course, we are coming towards the real-time approximation. So for that, we are actually using fog computing. And of course, smart sensors and IoT. And I've already told you that right now, if you talk of modulation, which you have understood, we use two types of modulation, DSSS and FHSS. But now I'm talking of not 3GPP standard. I'm talking of non-3GPP standard when we have the LoRaWAN, the Sigfox, and of course, Zigbee. And when I'm designing IODT, I used Zigbee technology, which was better. But now I'm working on version 2.0 with the advanced collaboration and coordination with optimization and with non-3GPP standard. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it is possible. So this is the IODT proposed scenario where you can see the drones will be monitoring the city infrastructure, the parking lot, and even the agriculture. And they're giving all the footage via fog nodes to the real-time data centers. So this is the most important thing, the difference that you can see, that UAVs are only known as FANETs, but in the terms of IODT, I'm combining IoT, cloud computing, smart sensors, fog computing, and even drones. So real-time complex, which means that it is only possible in those areas where we have the strong connectivity, which means there is no trees, no attonation, no buildings, other things. But this is actually designed to handle complex areas, where I'm talking of the smart cities when the traffics are very heavy, when the agriculture farms are very much away from you, so everything will be possible. And of course, the latest information is limited over there, but we have the fully updated limited information with almost 3 milliseconds of latency background. And it is even supported underwater. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will not declare much things about that. Maybe I am the first person, going to be the first person that will be having the Internet of Underwater Drone Things, IOUDT, the first concept in the planet for that. It's look amazing and it is working amazingly. And flying assistance, which you can say that it is not very advanced, but it will be as per safety standards. Okay, so now ladies and gentlemen, because I've done IODT, so I will be giving you 2 case studies today, but depends on you. It can make other case studies, which I'm making on industry now. So I will be giving you 2 case studies right now, that is on agriculture and smart cities. So this is the agriculture farm, the future farm that you can expect, everybody. You can see that IODT drones are flying and the farmer is just sitting on the computer. We have the agri-bots to perform the agriculture operations. Every sensor will be equipped on the cows and other animals, and every information will be done from the sensors to the clouds, from the drones to the person. So which means IoT will be actually coordinated. And for this type of sensors, we can't rely on Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or even your RF technology. We have to rely on LoRa communication. So I will be putting up this lecture in the session number 2. So do attend that session. So in terms of smart future cities, everybody, this is my proposed scenario where we have the drones monitoring the cars, smart homes, buildings, and of course, smart grids. And they are all connected live in terms of internet, and the data is coming towards cloud. So cloud computing, everybody, I'm not talking of cloud-driven solution. I'm talking of cloud-oriented IoT, which is going to be the most promising solution in the world, ahead level of hybrid clouds. So let's visualize the IODT in the future, everybody. So this you can see the drone flying car, which I've already told you, and even Google Kitty Hawk, Microsoft, Facebook, you can say Audi, Mercedes, everybody is working, high-end videography, and of course, underwater drones. So I'm proposing my own concept of Internet of Underwater drone things. And this you can see the advanced military tactics, advanced from Predator, Earth mapping, and of course, Domino's, FedEx, and even Amazon, they have started delivering their deliveries in USA and Canada with drones. So IODT in real time, these are the most important example, that is Intel 500 drones in Pyeongchang. And of course, we can expect the games in Tokyo Olympics 2021. And these drones will also be equipped for IODT for that technology. So these are some of the online resources, everybody, that you can see. And let me talk of some practical now. So everybody, maybe you will say that what we can do. So if you are interested to become a drone pilot, you want to go for some courses, you want to go for some training. So this is the best website that you can see, everybody. And it is even giving you a course that has become a FAA certified drone pilot, which I am one of them. And I've used this website to become a certified drone pilot. So you can follow all the resources. Everything is very clear on this website. I will be giving these website links to the conveners after this lecture. So if you are working on DIY drone, many people ask me that, sir, where we can have the discussion, what the people are there, who are the active members, we need some guidance. So DIYdrones.com is one of the popular website. Just make your account. You can follow the discussion. You can follow the members. This is one of the best website that you can find. Now, everybody, if you're talking of the top FPV drones, so please keep an eye on this website called UAV Coach, and you will see that right now the #1 FPV drones is of the 3 categories. You can see ready to fly, blind and fly, and DIY racing drones. And this is right now the #1 drone in the world that is actually using the cameras, the battery life, but you can see the battery life is only 8 minutes. And this is one of the drones that I recommend you. If you are really interested, buy this drone. This is the drone, everybody, that if you can buy for FPV, this is a better time to research there. And it is powered with Arduino. And if you know Arduino and Raspberry Pi, you can make your own drone. And this is one of the companies, everybody, which I would like to show you. This is the company that makes the most advanced drone for object recognition as well as your follow direction. So if you want to buy the #1 drone in the world which is having artificial intelligence and cloud computing, it is Skydio. So don't take DJ as #1, Skydio is #1. #2 is Parrot drones. Of course, Parrot drone are #1, which is actually used for industry. And if you talk of the #1 drone company in the world with 8K capability, it is the one, everybody, that is Otter. This is the most advanced drone in the world. You can even fly with motion gestures, hand gestures, eye gestures, and it is having 8K camera. This is the best drone. Even I have the dream to buy this drone, and I'm working with and I'm in talks with this company to lend me one drone. Maybe I can make one YouTube video soon. And this is what you can say that if you really want to go for serious drone piloting, improve your skills, this is nvdrones.com. And many people ask me this thing that, sir, we want to go for aerial, you can say some products, what products we want to buy, where we want to buy. This is the answer, everybody, Aerialtronics. So I just refresh this website again for all of you. So you can find all the products here, computer vision, everything. So you can see that this drone is actually detecting the real-time things. So if you have anything which is power of machine learning and can you integrate with this type of drones, they are most welcome to put this, this technology for you. And this is the area, everybody, which I would like to tell you, robotshop.com. And if you are interested to buy any props, vehicle, or anything, you can buy anything from this website. This is one of the most reliable websites. For India, it is robo.in. You can find this one also, drone kit. And you can find that if you want to buy a drone kit, it starts from 36,000 rupees. You can even make a drone kit for up to 6,000 rupees, 8,000 rupees. So depending on your budget, you can buy this kit, and you can see the Pixhawk is there. So you can assemble your own drone. So drone flying is not a very expensive hobby. Depending on you, you can even buy your FPV drone in 16,000 rupees. So robo.in, you can even go for robotic kits, drone parts, anything you can buy from here. Now, talking of YouTube, everybody, I would like all of you to please subscribe to this channel, The Flight Path. If you really want to go for tips and tricks, you want to learn piloting, you want to learn drone flying, everything, it is this channel, Flight Path, Captain Drone, and air photography. So this is what I would like to give you in this lecture. So now the house is open for next 10 minutes for your questions. Any question you want to ask, you are most welcome to ask. Thank you so much. I hope all of you have enjoyed.
Thank you very much, sir. If any participant have any questions, kindly ask here. Unmute yourself, or you can ask the question in the chat
You can
box.
type the question on a chat box. They can even unmute themselves and they can ask me the question.
Yes, sir.
I will give my details of Instagram, YouTube, as well as my email ID, my WhatsApp number at the session number 2. Any questions, everybody? Please ask questions. I will be very happy to answer your questions now.
Hello, excuse me, sir. This is Dr. Vishwajit Poddar from AG Patil College.
Yes, of course, sir. Please go ahead. Good afternoon.
Yeah, a very wonderful presentation, sir. It was very informative. And I have one question. I read somewhere that these drones are being used, people are planning to use these drones for courier services as such.
Of course, sir. I've already told you.
Yeah.
Maybe because because today I'm using drones. But if you are interested, I can even organize a webinar in your college on future smart vehicles, FedEx, and even you can say that is called your another courier service called one more important service. I'm sure of FedEx, that FedEx is actually using drones to deliver your things. But FedEx is also making these couriers possible with the robotics also.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I have one more question.
Sir, you can ask me 10
I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm a
Yes.
mechanical.
Sir,
Much
but the
interested in
most
mechatronics
important,
area.
I would like to tell you that if you are a mechanical engineer, drones are actually the area for mechanical engineers also, but now we have to mix mechanical with electronics. So if you have some mechatronics people, this is a perfect area for you. But if you can add computer people, you can add AI for that. So computer, mechanical, and electronics people, they can work together on a good project like FPV drone also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yes. What is your question, sir?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Any question?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
The question was that what are the areas wherein I can give some small projects? I'm teaching mechatronics also for mechanical engineers.
That's good.
But I'm working. My doctoral work was with computational fluid dynamics. I've solved some problems. So I was planning to give some projects related to drone, wherever this aerodynamic design of your blades and your those things I was planning. Could you suggest some
yes, sir,
small areas, sir?
Sir, the most important thing, if you are working on aerodynamics, what I would like to request you that you can make your own aerodynamic design for FPV drone. You can even give the students that they can make your own DIY drones. You can even make some AI drones also, and even you can work on autonomous capability. So the most important thing that the mechanical people they can work is on the design for the assembly of drones that can be very much helpful for energy efficiency. So as a mechanical engineer, the most primary aspect that I would like you to do the research is FPV drones.
FDP, excuse me,
FDP.
FDP research. Yeah.
FPV. First
and
person
could you
videos.
give me some links in?
I will, sir, you can give me one email, sir. I will be giving you the email in the next session, and I will be providing you that material. So because I'm doing my research on drones only.
Very nice. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Even I'm a drone instructor, and even under me, more than 2 or 4 students and pilots are working under me. They are actually learning pilot flying under me.
Right, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so I got one question from here. That is from Shripad. That is it possible to navigate underwater like on service? Of course. For that, we need to understand that the night vision camera, as well as the most important problem underwater, is the communication channel. Because underwater, you can't work with FHSS and DSSS, and you can't work with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So we are actually having the biggest problem is the communication level. So that if you talk of underwater drones, how you will operate, how the person at the surface will operate the underwater drone. Because the water is not collaborative. It is not cooperative. Air can cooperate with you, but water cannot cooperate with you. The only problem is the underwater communication channel system. And if we deploy that, what will be the impact on the battery? That's the important area that we have to research. So if you can find some problem that how we can have some underwater communication standard for drones, then of course, everybody, it is possible. So what are the research topics for drones? Everything is a research topic. The battery problem, the FPV problems, the augmented reality, the computer vision, artificial intelligence, everything is a bigger problems. Okay, so what are the maximum flight time that we can attain? It is only maximum, I'm telling you in writing also, maximum time that you can attain is 19 to 22 minutes. Even if you can buy a drone of 1 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees, that's the maximum. Not more than that, because the problem is, I've already told you that I'm convinced with the drone technology, I'm convinced with object recognition, AI technology, but I'm not convinced with the battery technology. Battery technology is only lithium polymer, which is not very good. I don't say that not very good, but we have no alternative apart from that. Any other question, everybody? Sure, thank you so much. Yeah, Mr. Vishwajit, please email me on this website, on this email address of mine. You can find my email address here, and this is my website. And you can even search me on Google. Just search me on Google. Just you can type, I would like to tell you. You can just go to google.com and you can just search this one. This is my search that you can see, my search. This is my Google Scholar. This is my website. So you can search me anytime. Rajni ma'am, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, if the people have no more questions, then we can wind up the session, and we will meet with the second session maybe after 30 minutes.
Yes, sir, of course. Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful session. And it was full of knowledge. So
the second lecture will be even more advanced lecture for it.
Yes, sir, of course it will be. So we'll meet at 3 p.m. for the next session.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Okay. All the participants are informed to gather at 3 p.m. only.
And madam, please take the feedback from the participants, and I would like that rather than giving me a feedback that I know that it was an excellent session, it is okay. But if the participants want that what add-on they want to listen to me in the near future, what add-on they want to have the more knowledge, they please give you their more feedback. And if the participants wants my ebook, that is this one, this thing.
Yes, Internet of Drone Things.
Internet of Drone Things. You can just search on Google. You can see this is my book. If the participants wants this book, madam, you can just write an email to me. I will give the full PDF version to you, and you can share with the participants.
Yes, sir. Of course.
But depend on the participants. If you get the requirement for this book, I will be sending you the ebook copy, PDF copy. You can share with all of them.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We will meet at 4. Madam, please give me maybe you can give me a call before we can start with the session. Okay.
Yes, sir. The time has been given at 3 p.m. We will meet at that time only.
Sure, ma'am. I will be waiting for your call. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
We will meet at 3 p.m. We will take a short break. Thank you. Rajni, please share the book. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.